Welcome back, folks. Captain Carl Burnside here, Thumbs Up Charter Services. Hey, we're starting to get ready here to spray our first coat of color on the Ambrose. And late afternoon here on Sunday. I started a little bit later. Just because we had some other things to do and we wanted to give it enough time to make sure it had time to cure. So we've already stirred up a couple quarts of our paint here to prep for it. And what we're going to do is take that quart and put it into a standard mixing container here. And we've got our ounces on the side. We're using a quart, so that's 32 ounces. Now, the manufacturer, Rustoleum, has said we thin it 10 to 15%. I can already tell by the way the paint pours, she's rather thick. So we are going to put we're going to start with a 10% thinning with xylol or xylol in the paint as they've recommended, because I could guarantee you this is a little too thick to go through a HVLP gun. But let's get that here. Now I've taken a shot glass here that I've cleaned, and I know that that I get 3 ounces out of this. All right, 4.6 I think is our maximum. So we're going to start with 3, and I already know I've already marked it on here where that extra ounce or so is. But right to the top is going to be 3 ounces. And we're going to stir that up and see what kind of consistency we have. And a lot of you guys may have already painted Rustoleum or paint things and know that as we mix these things up, you can kind of tell just by the thickness if you're going to have a problem with it with your gun or not, if you're used to your spray gun. So it actually looks pretty good. I don't want to make it too thin, you know. So what we're going to do is thoroughly consistently mix this, get our gun loaded, spray gun loaded. We'll try it on a piece of cardboard, see where we end up. We have another 1.5 ounces if we need to that we could put in this paint to thin it out if we don't like it. So hopefully in the next couple shots here you see us spraying some color on the old Ambrose. Very good. Good job, Karen. Keep going. So we've got the top of the gunnels painted here. We got the roof painted up here. The eyebrow. The visor across the front. And then the front of the bow is dry and it's got its first coat of paint on it. And Karen's taking her hand at airless spraying. She's doing a great job. She's done this whole side of the boat here. I'm just going to let her keep going because my arm's a little bit tired. It's looking like a painted boat. Looks good, dear. Did a great job. She damn near painted 3/4 of this boat. I'm just going to let her keep going. She's doing awesome. A little down here. Only the first coat. So we will have to get our second coat on here to pop some of the gloss. I don't want a super shiny boat. I don't like that out on the water. I'm hoping this will be more of a little bit of a matte finish, maybe a semi-gloss when we get done. The time will tell. Welcome to the finished boat. Got through the second coat of paint. Everything is looking really good. If I could get up there with this stick to show you. And We got little dust nibs here and there, but we can rub those out. Paint went on really well. We had some good weather here. I think it's going to be the final weather of the year, in all honesty. But we'll show you down the side of the boat. Spent most of the last evening getting this garage back together, getting our classic 72 caddy back in here for storage for the winter. We're supposed to get snow here, but our next project, about 30 days after Thanksgiving, is we'll get this bottom paint on. I roll that on, but we got to tape the boat to do that, obviously, where the above the waterline paint ends and where the bottom paint should start. And we just want to make sure that this stuff's really good and dry before we do that. But it's a little tight down this end. I put more room on that side so I get my ladders in, but you can see, excuse me, our paint came out quite well. And it's a nice job. It was a lot of work. And personally, I am glad that it's over with. So our next projects are going to be definitely electrical. As you can see, I've laid some of it out here on the table. We're going to start working on that. We've got the 12-volt system with the dual batteries, and we got 40-amp circuit breakers lined up here. Those feed the rest of the boat till the sub panels and items that are going to use the voltage or the load circuits. We got 120 volts here that we got to put in. We'll show you that because that's what we use for our dual battery charger. It's also an outlet on the boat so we can vacuum it and stuff between charters, but that's got to go in. And then we got switches, and we got a noise suppressor here that we use on our VHF radios and for our autopilot and things and other sensitive equipment. That's got to go in. And you can see some of the navigation lighting there. We've got the helm, which we've built. It's in the boat. We didn't show you that, but we got to finish it. We'll show you that. But we got to put gauges in that, of course, the trim, the fuel, tack, oil pressure, etc. Then we got a lot of things maybe you don't have on your boat, but we have to have on our boat because it's commercial. We got water alarms and fume detectors and warning buzzers and things for over temp and oil pressure and stuff like that. Those systems got to go in, along with the auto fire suppression system. And then we've got the gimbal, which is back of the boat. It's got to go in the transom and get bolted up before we could throw the engine back in this thing. So it's going to get a new gimbal bearing, bellows, as you can see, gaskets, hoses, the whole shot there. And beyond all of this, you're only seeing just a smattering of what we got to do. We've got the electronics to put in this. We have dual chart plotters. We have, of course, the autopilot. We have Sirius XM satellite, live radar. We've got our own radar, for local. And then, depth finders, compasses, you name it, along with new steering gear, steering cable back to the gimbal, throttle cables. You name it. And we got to have our throttle. And there's some of the wiring there. Some of the harnesses we got to put in. We got more to bring out here. We've got a lot of wiring to do. So, we also got lighting circuits to do in there, all kinds of stuff. So this is going to keep us, pretty busy over the next couple of months. I'd say right through the first of the year. We'll bring you some of that. And of course, to get all this accomplished, lots and lots of coffee. It's Captain Carl Burtside from Thumbs Up Charter Services. Thank you for joining us today. Visit us at thumbsupcharter.com. Visit us on Google at Thumbs Up Charter Services in Sebring or Harbor Beach, Michigan. You can give us a call if you'd like to make a reservation for next year, 810-513-6073. There's no reservation fee to do so. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we will see you soon. Take care, folks. Have a great day.